Agreed. Senator Daines.
Chairman, thank you. It's a great topic today. Pleased for the witnesses that are here. Look, our country has played such an important role in the advancement of digital asset industry. However, the uncertainty our digital asset industry now faces risks chilling innovation here at home and displacing U.S. leadership in cryptocurrency abroad. This is a global race, and whoever goes the fastest is going to win. Without clear rules of the road, these taxpayers and innovators face ambiguity and are forced to rely on general tax principles and really guessing, as well as looking at sub-regulatory guidance. If we don't get our tax code right, we will lose our lead in this space. We're going to push jobs and money overseas, and we're going to stall growth in this very important industry. When I fought for permanency in the One Big Beautiful Bill, American leadership was one of the main motivators, removing the uncertainty of Washington, D.C. We won that battle a few months ago, and I'm going to ensure we win on this battle as well. More than 50 million Americans are invested in cryptocurrency. And as this number grows, the more important it becomes to deliver certainty and stability to the American people. And given the progress my colleagues in this Congress have made this year with passage of the Genius Act and the ongoing development of digital asset market structure legislation, this committee needs to do our part to address the tax side of the ledger. And that's why I've started working on a framework that will provide much-needed clarity to protect American jobs, revenue, and competition. Mr. Zlatkin, what are the risks to U.S. leadership in the digital asset space if we don't provide tax clarity?
Thank you, Senator. There are a number of rules today or lack of clarity that shifts investment outside the United States. I'll give you two examples. One is we don't have clear rules on sourcing. Sourcing is determinative as to whether withholding tax apply to investors. Investors outside the United States don't know whether the source rules for staking or for digital asset lending are treated as foreign and domestic. I think we should implement a rule that we've recommended, which is that if you're a foreign person, it should be sourced according to foreign, and therefore you're not subject to withholding tax. Again, that lack of clarity shifts investments. People just don't do it. If you have a choice, you'll invest outside the United States.
And where would that investment go if this lack of staking clarity? Where's it going?
It goes, thank you, Senator. It goes to validators outside, for staking, validators outside the United States. For lending, it would go to counterparties that are non-American. Another example is asset management. We have the strongest asset management framework and system. New York is legendary for that. We've developed rules that encourage foreign investment into the United States. I think we made reference, my colleagues made a reference to that as well. We do not have a clear rule about the treatment of, we know securities and commodities are eligible for this exemption so that if you use a U.S. asset manager, you're not subject to U.S. tax, but that's not true for digital assets. So I would strongly encourage this committee to consider legislation that would expand that to include digital assets so that it's made clear that digital asset trading, lending through a U.S. asset manager is exempt from U.S. tax, similar to other asset classes.
Thank you. The SEC recently issued guidance allowing for exchange-traded products, ETPs, to stake the crypto they hold. This follows other regulatory efforts this year by the SEC to increase access to crypto for everyday investors through cryptocurrency ETPs. These regulatory developments will result in more American taxpayers holding investments in ETPs, which I commend. As popularity around crypto ETP products grows, so too does the imperative of providing clarity, certainty to U.S. taxpayers by ensuring our tax code accommodates this unique and innovative feature offered by crypto-focused products. For example, staking is a feature that underlies much of the value proposition for investing in proof-of-stake crypto and is an important incentive for investors. However, the current rules and limitations for grantor trusts do not contemplate novel concepts, such as the staking of digital assets, leaving many taxpayers relying solely on advice from well-meaning accountants as to whether these tax structures are viable investment vehicles in the first place. As a follow-up to you, Mr. Slatkin, given your expertise in digital assets, can you explain why it's important that any comprehensive crypto tax package that will cement U.S. leadership and innovation in digital assets provides certainty and clarity around the use of structures like grantor trusts for crypto ETPs?
Thank you again, Senator. It's totally endorse clarifying that. This is actually should be a relatively simple fix. Staking is
Simple is not necessarily easy here in Washington.
That's true. So, in the sense that the grantor trust rules are designed to basically not apply tax as though it's just a look-through treatment. Staking itself presents unique aspects of validation that are automated, that most people think are sort of robotic and effectively easy to accomplish. If grantor trusts are not allowed to stake, then ETFs and ETPs will not have certainty for their investors that they can stake through these platforms. They'll be shifted elsewhere outside the United States, where these rules are actually pretty clear, where similar types of arrangements in Canada, for example, are made available. I think it's relatively clear that staking itself is sufficiently automated that grantor trust should be inclusive of these types of arrangements.
I'm out of time here. There's lots of more questions, but thank you. Chairman, thank you.
Thank you.